Hey guys, today I'm just going to be doing a pretty simple video here, but it's pretty important to make sure you do this regularly. So I'm going to show you how to rebuild your GTR shocks in your Traxxas Summit, E-Revo, anything like that. Alright, let's get into it. So the kit you're going to need to rebuild this is part number 5462, comes with all the necessary parts / instructions you need, and then tools you need. You're going to need this 4-way plastic tool here. You're going to need your tire iron for some of the smaller Traxxas 1/10 vehicles and also 1/16 vehicles to take off the tires. You're also going to need your shock wrench here. You're going to need some wire cutters, needle nose pliers. You're going to need obviously the kit here, and you're going to need some shock oil. I'm using, in my Summit right now, I'm using 30 weight. It's about to be the winter here. It's almost November, it's mid-October right now. So in the winter I usually use 30 weight oil because generally in the winter months, it's colder, so your shock oil is colder. So it performs like it would be like a 50 weight because it performs as if it's more viscous the colder it gets outside, and vice versa. So the warmer it gets outside, the less viscous it will be. So 30 weight, like that. And then I'll just show you really quickly. I've got here this is diff lube, but this is a 500K weight. You can't even see it in there, but it's literally not moving at all. So if you don't understand shock weights, the higher the weight, the more viscous it is, and it's the more it will dampen your suspension to a certain point, but after that point it will just be slow suspension. It will be slow to pop back up. When you hit a bump, your tire won't push down as much, and the higher viscosity is generally a little bit better for on-road cars. A little bit lower viscosity, like 30 to 50K weight, would be necessary for like an off-road vehicle, crawler, something like that. Anyways, let's get into the build here. So first what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and get your shock right here, and you're just going to take off the bottom right here. And I kind of pop mine to the side like that, then get some pliers and just put them in the top and twist it to the side and pop out the top there, and that will come right off. Once you're done with that, then just take off your spring just like that, and then once you're done with this, go ahead and make sure you have some sort of like trash can or plastic bag or something that you can put the shock oil in, because you're going to empty out the shock oil now. So I'm going to get my trash can here. So just what you're going to want to do is get your gray tool and go to the side that looks like that. You put that on top. Then get your shock wrench, and there's little grooves where the shock wrench goes on that metal, right like that, and then twist until that comes off. Just like that. And just loosen that. And once you get it loose enough, you can just kind of finger loosen it like that. You should get your little blue thing there in the top. You can go ahead and take that out. Just be careful not to spill your shock oil. So you can go ahead and take the blue part out there, and you can set your shock cap aside, and then just dump out your oil. And you want to move the piston up and down a little bit to get all the oil out. You hear the oil being emptied out. Once you've gotten most of the oil, just clean it off with a Kleenex. Just kind of put a Kleenex in there and get it out. Paper towel, do the same thing, something like that. Just some sort of cloth or towel that will soak up some of the excess oil in there. Once you're done with that, what you're going to want to do is take off the end piece here, because you'll be replacing that as well. So get your needle nose pliers, or not your needle nose pliers, your wire cutters. Put them like that. Go to the side that looks like that, and then twist it off, just like that. And once you twist this completely off, then just take off that little blue washer right there. Just like that. And then take off the blue washer. Then you're left with this part right here. So that right there, the little piece at the end, get your shock wrench, put it in the little grooves up at the top of the shock again, and get your tool here and go to this side that has those like little indentations in them and twist that off. And you can go ahead and remove that, and then just move your shock a little bit, and there's a little blue washer inside of there. It doesn't want to come out right now, but you can go ahead and take that off. Then go ahead and pop out your piston, just like that. And you can go ahead and just use a cloth and clean it off there. Get all remaining oil off, just like that, so it's nice and clean. And then do the same thing to the inside of your shock. Just make sure you get all the oil out of there, extra oil. And then you'll notice inside there is that little blue washer. I just use the end of your shock and just kind of pry that out of there, like so. And you can throw that away. Then what you're going to do is just set this aside, and then get your shock shaft. Once again, take your wire cutters and use them to hold this nice and firm, just like that, and then get your little tire wrench, put it on the end just like that, and twist off the little nut holding down the little piston at the end there. And then go ahead and take off your piston and make sure you get that little washer too. It doesn't always stick to the piston. There's a little washer that's right there on the end of it sometimes. So you want to make sure you get that off. Now, set your piston aside. Go ahead, open up your package here, and go ahead and get your parts out of there. And you got your instructions in here if you want to look at the instructions. But just go ahead and lay out your tools right there. And this kit comes with enough parts to replace one or two shocks. So go ahead and get your washer. And on the side of the piston that has this little space here, right there. The other side does not, right there. This side does. Go ahead and put the washer on there, slide it all the way down, and then get whatever piston you want. I put number 2 in mine. Those are the stock pistons from the factory. Is the number 2. I have to search through your kit to find it. There we go. Just slide that on there next, and then get a new nut from your kit. Go ahead and put that on. I'm going to finger tighten it at the first part, and then get your your wire cutters again, grip this, get your tire wrench, and then just tighten this on until it's firmly tightened down. You don't want the piston to be able to spin or move around at all. There, just like that. It should look just like that. You should have the washer down here on the very bottom, then the damper right there, the piston, and then the nut on top, all in your shock shaft. Now, get your shock and just put this, the longer side of the shaft down, and pull it out the end. Then get a new blue washer, just like this. Go ahead and slide that down on there. Push it kind of in that slot where it goes. And once you clean this off, this little piece that was down here at the end before that we took off, go ahead and clean that off. Just really quick, just get some of the dirt off of it, and go ahead and slide that on. And then go ahead and twist it on. And you can use the tool as well, just to tighten it up. Just like we took it off, just how we took it off. And just tighten that up with that little washer inside. Then get a new one of these blue things, and the cone, it's like a cone, it should go on just like that. So it should have the little slope, the smaller diameter part facing toward the top. And then get your wire cutters, grip this, and just set it down. And from your kit, get one of these little end pieces, and then get one of these, and you just want to connect that. So you put it in between your pliers and press it down, and then pull it up a little bit, and it'll get it just in there like that. And then grip this, and this is not threaded yet, so go ahead and put it inside that end of your tool, and you're just going to want to press that down, the first part, as you screw this on. And once it grabs, then you'll be good to go. So you just want to thread that in there. I'm doing it behind camera because it's kind of hard to do. Anyways, but once that grabs in there like that, then just twist it down. And as soon as it's at the end of the threads, then stop, because your shock is supposed to be a total length of 87 millimeters long when it's fully assembled. So you don't want to mess that up. So once it's there, like so at the end, then stop. And you can slide that piece down. Then you just put your oil in. Just right on the top, just like that. And just move the piston up and down a little bit. Move it slowly. Just like that. Then take a new blue gasket, put it on the top. Grab this piece after you've cleaned it, make sure there's no excess oil, and just put it on the top. Screw it back on. Just like that. Then get your tire wrench. And then go to this side, put that on top, and just tighten it. Just like that. And this should be your result. Go ahead and get your spring, put it on there, and then you put your cap at the end, and it just goes on there just like that. And then you do the same thing with your other shock, and you're good to go. Again, the part number for the kit you need, 5462. That's the full replacement kit. Alright, that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. See ya.